Okay, we're going live in a second. We are there now. Excuse me. Okay, we're going live in a second. We are there. Okay, we're here.
Oh,
Excuse me. Okay, good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me? Both of you?
good morning,
Welcome,
Geeta ji.
welcome,
Good
welcome.
morning, Nandini ji.
Good
Welcome.
morning, Ji. Good morning.
Yes, good
Good
morning.
morning to all our lovely viewers and listeners जो हमें सुन रहे हैं दुनिया में जहाँ जहाँ
आने वाले हैं, आने वाले
आवाज
होंगे।
जा रही है उन सभी को खुश
Kamlesh
आमदीद. Good
ji,
morning to you.
she's always there. She's probably waiting for us. Good morning, Kamlesh ji, Rama ji.
I'm just going to share this on my page.
How are you this morning, both of you, Nandini and Nupur? It's been months.
Very well, very well.
Ages.
Thank you.
Good. I'm so happy.
Couldn't be
एक-
better any place
वो
else
शेर था
other
ना?
than Dil Diyan Gallan.
नहीं,
एक
that's
वो
good.
शेर था बाद मुद्दत उन्हें देखकर यूं लगा जैसे बेताब दिल को करार आ गया. आरज़ुओं के गुल मुस्कुराने लगे जिंदगी पे अजब सा निखार आ गया.
Oh, yeah, very good.
Yeah.
नहीं, हमको
मैं तो एक ही बात कहूंगी जी, आप आए बाहर आई.
बाहर आए. बिल्कुल,
Thank
बिल्कुल.
you.
Exactly. बिल्कुल ठीक बोला.
I'm ever ready for दिल दिया गल्ला. I'm ever ready. चलिए मैं इसको अपने फेसबुक पे पोस्ट कर देती हूँ ताकि जो लोग वहां से जुड़ना चाहें.
Welcome, Rama ji and Kamlesh ji. Wow, and then Nandini ji and Nupur and
Okay.
we like I said, we've been I just had some technical problem again while logging in. कभी-कभी बहुत तंग करते हैं मुझे पता नहीं क्यों. And then I maybe पहले I used to get scared of them. Now I don't. I go back and I come back again. I go out and come back again. Finally they give in. They said, "Oh, this person is not gonna do it. She's not gonna give up. She's gonna keep on doing it. Let her get in then."
You're a
That's
tough
finally
one.
let me in. You know.
Well, then when the going gets tough, the tough get going. So
Yeah, they don't know
yeah.
who they're dealing. They don't know who they're dealing with. Anyway, now they know. So anyway, so आज का subject ये है that नंदिनी जी बताएंगी. नंदिनी जी आपने ही चूज किया था कि बॉलीवुड रीमेक्स, राइट? Remakes?
No, not remakes.
Not remakes.
Actually, we can do remakes. It was
Some of them are
actually
remakes.
real
Bollywood
life, yeah,
true
based
life
off of
stories.
real life.
Real life stories. Okay, then I'm doing remakes की मैं research करी जा रही हूँ. Because a lot of
real life stories.
Real life stories.
And
Yes.
they leave a huge impact on most of us. And out of that, we can relate to
My puppy is crying. I'm just going to bring him here 1 minute. आप continue करो, please.
brand new life story of people, like अभी जो आलिया भट्ट की मूवी आई है गंगूबाई, that's a true story. And Shamshera is a true story. Then we had Lagan, which was pretty close to the truth of what happened during the British times. Then आप वो जानते हैं मूवी फरहान अख्तर की मिल्खा सिंह, पान सिंह तोमर. And to name a few, there are a few which they say that these are related to the true life. Another movie which people may not know, but it is the true story. The character names had changed, and that was Kalyug. It was a Shashi Kapoor production with Rekha and whole big cast. दो families की झगड़ा दिखाया उसमें, and that was a true story. That was a true story, but the names were not disclosed, so they changed the names on the screen.
Okay.
So I think it was mostly Mittal Steel Company और ये सारे जितने top notch industrialists हैं उनके बारे में थी. There's a fight going on between the families, animosity and all that going on. So that was the topic we had chosen. What comes to your mind, Nupur?
तो आजकल biopics have become like the in thing, and there have been so many
Yeah.
biopics that we've seen, right from Mary Com to
Yes.
Milkha Singh. कई सारी biopics अभी recently बनी है, संजू बनी. So these
Sanju.
are of course based off of real life, real people.
Yeah.
But उसमें भी I think there is an artistic license, and जो director होता है या screenplay होता है, उसमें definitely there are some creative bits that are woven in to
Yes.
make the story more interesting, to make it flow better. So वो सारी चीजें होती है, but definitely those characters are very much relatable, और वो अभी भी जिंदा है, और उनके जीते जी ये biopics बनी है, right? फिर ऐसी कई movies हैं जो historical events पे based है, whether it's Jodha Akbar, whether it's a lot of the Sanjay Leela Bhansali movies, where
Sanjay
he said
Leela
that he has
Bhansali,
researched
yes.
everything, Baji Rao Mastani and all. हालांकि बहुत लोग ये challenge करते हैं कि मस्तानी का कोई character ही नहीं था, and जैसे वो what was that other movie in which Padmavat, and then they had to change the name because they said कि Padmavati नहीं रख सकते, you're degrading our Maharani and this and that. So they do get into controversies because एक जीते जागते सिचुएशन के साथ या एक इंसान के साथ कई लोगों के सेंटिमेंट्स जुड़े हुए होते हैं. सो इट्स सेंसिटिव, बट इट्स आल्सो वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग बिकॉज इट्स अ रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ एक्चुअल लाइफ या किसी के साथ क्या बीती. और सिर्फ बॉलीवुड ही नहीं, लेकिन नेटफ्लिक्स जैसे ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म्स पर भी देयर आर लॉट ऑफ मूवीज एंड सीरीज based on real life, whether it was
that is true.
Delhi crime wala jo ek wo tha jo Nirbhaya ke upar based tha, that series was based on the reality. Uske alawa there are movies like Talwars. I think mujhe sare graphic wale hi zyada yaad aate hain, pata nahi kyun. Talwar hai, that's based on the real, that honor killing of that girl, and last tak dikhaya ke court ka kya decision tha and all that stuff. But believe it or not, today also when you go to Delhi and you talk to people who are from the medical community who happen to know the couple, they have a very different view. They have a very different view of what the court had said. So it's different to see a biopic or different to see a reality thing that has been converted to cinema while it's still in your time. Like it's not something in the past, it's something that's currently existing. So it's very interesting. And then recently they did an entire movie about that mass suicide that happened of the 11 family members or whatever it was.
Yes. I saw that.
Right, there was a like a semi documentary kind of a movie. That's a very interesting genre that's coming up. They have like the narrative, and then they have the dramatization of the actual story, and then someone's actually covering it and giving their point of view. Ek wo tha. प्लस अभी वो कपिल देव के वर्ल्ड कप वाली विक्ट्री पे जो अभी मूवी बनी, व्हाट वाज इट कॉल्ड, 83 or 86 whatever it was called.
Yes,
Runaway 83. That's a true story. Neerja was a true story. Some of the true stories are in flights.
What about that Sushant की भी थी ना, Sushant, the one who died last year, 2 years ago, I think. Was it 2 years?
उसके ऊपर कोई ऐसी मूवी नहीं बनी है विना जी.
Kedarnath.
Was it something about his life?
He acted in Kedarnath, which was true episodes. It was not. It may not be a true story, but the episodes that were picturized in that film, they were real. That ये हुए थे.
आपने एक चीज देखी, जब भी कोई so I think the most inspiration that these stories draw from is, एक तो क्राइम जो है वो बहुत बड़ा एक पॉपुलर कैटेगरी है जिससे कि लोग बहुत ज्यादा मुतासिर होते हैं. और हम सभी जानते हैं कि क्राइम पे और लॉ एंड ऑर्डर पे और पुलिस फाइल्स पे कितने सारे टीवी सीरियल्स बन चुके हैं, राइट? चाहे वो सावधान इंडिया हो, चाहे वो क्राइम पेट्रोल हो या व्हाटएवर. और आई थिंक दूसरा जो है लव ट्रायंगल्स, दे हैव ऑलवेज बीन अ टॉपिक ऑफ बिग इंटरेस्ट फॉर रियल लाइफ स्टोरीज. ऑल्सो हीरोइक स्टफ जैसे नीरजा का था या फिर मैरी कॉम का था, दोस काइंड ऑफ टॉपिक्स. और कभी ऐसा देखा गया है कि जब कोई सनसनीखेज चीज होती है तो सब कुछ ठंडा होने के बाद जो है कोई फिल्म प्रोड्यूसर, कोई फिल्म डायरेक्टर, कोई ना कोई उस जगह को विजिट करने जरूर जाता है. जब 26/11 के जैसे इंडिया में जब टेररिस्ट अटैक्स हुए, सो व्हाट्स हिज नेम, ही वेंट टू सी कि क्या है क्या नहीं, बिकॉज उनको कहीं दिमाग में होता है कि कल को अगर मैं इस टॉपिक के ऊपर मूवी बनाऊंगा तो मुझे ये चीजें मुझे याद रखनी है, या I want to make a mental note of it so that it's going to look.
उसपे काफी बन चुकी हैं. Actually, there have been films that are on Mumbai Saga.
Yeah.
And there was another one with Dev Patel.
There's also that Wednesday, what's it called, Wednesday or something?
Wednesday,
With
yeah.
Shah.
All the
So, you know,
planning.
yeah,
and-
so a lot of people, they show up just to get inspired by what's going on. Chalo dekhte hain, you know, what does the actual scenario look like after the police activity dies down, so you can get a sense of it.
Just recently we had that movie, Asha ji is reminding me, which I just saw, Sher Shah. It's about that one guy
Mange more.
with the Siddharth Malhotra and Kiara
Advani. Dil Mange more. That's a true story.
Wasn't it Sher Shah?
What is it about?
Sher Shah.
That's about this guy in the army.
Yeah,
and
army.
He's in love with this girl.
की बात कर रही हूँ.
Kiara Advani.
Yeah.
But he has a passion for his country, and he's very
No,
devoted to that.
he liked it.
83 was the one that was made about Kapil Dev.
83 is Runaway 83.
And then also abhi wo John Abraham ki bhi you know, that Parmanu, which was based on that
Oh my God.
Pokhran, that experiment in Pokhran. So
Excellent.
that was a very interesting one. Very intense,
Parmanu.
very gripping.
अरे अभी ऋषि कपूर की आई है ना शर्मा जी नमकीन.
Yeah, I saw that one too. उसमें half is him and half somebody, another guy that
Paresh Rawal, because that
he's playing
Rishi Kapoor ji died during the filming of that movie.
That's what
while they were making it, so they have Paresh Rawal play
Is it
the
on Netflix
character.
though? Is that
let
on
me
Netflix
just
or
say
is-
something. Ranbir was explaining the whole thing. मुझे पहले समझ नहीं आई. मैं क्या, what is it?
Yeah.
And when I listened to the whole thing, he said that part of it, his father did it, part of it he could not complete it.
Yeah.
And this other guy, Paresh, I mean, he doesn't look like him, but acting उसने अच्छी करी.
बहुत अच्छी करी.
And he did a very good job.
I don't think he can be a convincing Punjabi, but yeah, he's okay.
Yeah, they
He's
should
a
have
good
taken somebody.
actor, but you know, ek hota hai na, you have to fit that
Punjabi,
persona.
they should have taken somebody Punjabi because he speaks a lot of Punjabi. This Rishi speaks Punjabi, Thet Punjabi.
Yeah, you know, it has to be, it has to fit that persona.
He could not.
So even though Paresh
No.
Rawal is a fantastic actor and he's
Actor, but he was
phenomenal
not-
in his talent, he's not Punjabi enough for that.
He could not say
That's the right
Punjabi
term.
words properly. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think I did see the movie about Sushant that when he died. उसकी movie, उसकी सारी story, life story, उसकी सारी movie आई थी उसकी भी. Or
Really?
maybe
What is it called?
I'm mistaken. He played a role of somebody else 2 years back. There was some other story about someone else, and I think he played that role.
I see.
About some Dhoni or something. Was it Dhoni?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. About the
Right?
cricketer.
That was
Yeah.
that was the biopic.
He
Yeah.
played that role. So he played that role, and I saw that movie. I think it was very, very good movie.
Very well
That
done.
was a very good movie.
Acha, did anybody catch that Madhuri Dixit series on Netflix, that Anamika Khanna?
Yes.
What was it called? Anamika,
The Fame Game.
the Fame Game, yeah. And she plays this protagonist and she plays this. So it's very true to life, but it was inspired by shades of Sri Devi's life. That's what everybody says.
And
But I'm waiting for the second part because the first part was just hanging there. Like it ended like kind of abruptly.
I
Ab-
don't think
second
there
part
can be a
Nabaya?
Veena ji, I don't think there can be a second part. I think the suspense, the intensity of the first part was so unique कि उसको recreate करना बड़ा मुश्किल है. उसके आगे आप क्या करोगे? Like, you know, she's
वो
gone.
कह रहे थे ना, watch for that.
They are saying it, but
They're saying
personally,
it.
I feel like it won't do any justice to the first part.
you
That's
know,
what I feel. But you know, we'll see. अगर आएगी तो देखेंगे.
yeah, Nupur आपको वीना जी Nupur आपको याद होगा that few years back
Mm-hmm.
there was a murder. A young girl, not a young girl, I would say a child, 6, 7, less than age 10, less than age 8 or 10.
Oh.
She was found murdered, right? और कहते हैं जी कि घर में कोई आया नहीं, कोई गया नहीं, तो murder कैसे हो गया? It was a very French kind of a name. That little girl, they had pictures of that. John, I'm forgetting, the name of the girl.
It was
but
a Hindi
very-
movie?
No, it's not a Hindi movie. It's a true story. It was in the news.
Oh,
And this little girl was murdered. She was beautiful child.
This is in India. India में हुआ है.
यहाँ पे it happened in a small town. It happened in a
wow.
small town, and I'm forgetting the name of the girl. उन दिनों उस पे story भी आई थी, इन्होंने there was a coverage on her, and वो जब murder हुआ उसका, तो उसके parents ने बड़ा हल्ला मचाया, कि पता नहीं कैसे murder हो गया. They,
Nobody could
they did
explain
all
it.
kinds of
No, I'm confused. This is
research and everything. कुछ नहीं मिला. And
USA or in India? USA में हुआ है, इंडिया में हुआ है? USA में हुआ है?
USA में, यहाँ
अच्छा,
इसी
okay.
country में.
Um,
And जब पता चला इनको John Baptiste, something like that, Jean, Jean, very French name, very, very French name. And the girl, the mother used to dress up the girl as a model, and the girl used to.
oh, that was like in 1990s में हुआ था. Little girl
Yes.
got murdered in the house, and they still cannot solve the
And
mystery.
the mother killed her.
Oh, that was
Because the girl was so pretty, the mother wanted herself
attention
to
to
be
herself.
famous and not the girl. But the girl was becoming popular, so she killed the girl.
Oh my God.
कुछ ऐसी थी उसकी story, and there is a book on that, and then there was the media covered it a lot.
There was one that happened long time ago in the 90s. The one little girl, she was in the house, 5-6 years old, very
Yeah.
cute. भी उसकी माँ ले जाती थी उसको डांस करने के लिए, कभी
Yes,
इधर
same one.
and the same one. Then she, but the parents both died also. The mother died also of
The
cancer.
mother died later. The mother died काफी साल बाद mother की death हुई है. But that's when it was disclosed that she did it. I'll find out the name and I'll.
No, I know that. I know what case it is. She was 5-6 years old, very cute.
Yeah.
And घर में ही उसको, the mother was also doing something like that when she was young. But this is very wrong. I mean, when the parents get carried away, when the children are, you make them popular, they come in the media, they come in the social world, and then you do this thing. When the child gets popular, then the parents should not do that. Either don't do it, make them go all that way. And if they have become, then वो बच्चा है, she still has a long way to go. So these lot of these stories, I mean, there are a lot of stories which real life में जो होती हैं, people cannot even think of making stories. They don't even know कि story जैसे हो सकती है. In reality में जो होता है, it's like
कभी-कभी किसी की असल जिंदगी इतनी ज्यादा स्टोरी लाइक होती है.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
हमको लगता है कि फेरी टेल एंडिंग होनी चाहिए, लेकिन किसी की जिंदगी वाकई में आपको ऐसा लगता है कि ये तो पिक्चर में होता है, ये रियल लाइफ में होता है क्या?
Yeah.
And all for the wrong things. किसी की आप सफरिंग सुनो, उनकी जर्नी सुनो कि वो कहाँ से शुरू किया, उन्होंने क्या-क्या झेला, क्या-क्या बर्दाश्त किया, किस-किस चीज में से वो निकल के आए और आज आपके सामने खड़े हुए हैं.
Yes.
वाकई में बहुत सारे लोगों की जिंदगी जो है वो
Yeah, you are right. देखो नुपुर, ऐसी चीज है, कहते हैं कि आग में झुलस कर ही असली सोने की परख होती है. So lot of people who are now what they are, they have gone through hardships that we may never know until or unless they tell us. Because now if they tell us that this is what happened in reality, we may think ये popularity gain करने के लिए यार फेंक रहा है, no, but that's the truth. Many people have gone through that hardship.
I'm sure you must have heard of this case in Austria about the father. He built a full basement, full everything, and he had a girl like a 16 year old. He had 4-5 kids, 3-4 kids, 5-6 kids. When उसमें से एक 15-16 साल की थी, and she wanted to go out. They were not very well off, and she wanted to go out and work or something, but he didn't want to. तो उसको बोलता है मुझे please help me to carry some stuff down to the basement. Meantime, he had built a full, like a fort.
Oh my God.
Yes. Basement में, घर के नीचे. And उसको लूर करके ले गया, कहते नहीं, close the door, and then that's it, बंद कर दिया उसको. This is real life. I mean,
how many years, Veena ji?
25-26 years. And meantime,
Jesus.
he had about 6-7 kids with him.
That girl, his own daughter.
His own daughter.
Whoa.
And one of the then what happened was that she became pregnant. She had एक बच्चा died because they were negligent. The father didn't do anything to take him to the hospital. Then what happened, the mother of the girl, she had no idea. Nobody knew where she was. The police did not know. कुछ नहीं पता था. तो दो
Yeah,
तीन
the
बच्चे
last place they're going to search is inside their own house.
Yeah, exactly. And then दो
Yeah.
तीन बच्चे तो उसने देखभाल कर लिए. Then she had three more kids, छोटे.
Wow.
वो she could not handle it. So what the father did was, he took the small kid outside the house, placed it, and then she wrote a letter. He told her to write a letter, place it in the bassinet. He placed a letter in the bassinet of the child, and so that the mother, his wife could see it. The girl's mother, who's downstairs, could see that the बच्चा के भी मैं बच्चे को
कोई
संभाल
छोड़ गया है.
नहीं
Oh my God.
वही लड़की भी छोड़ गई है. बट शी सेड मैं अपने बच्चे को नहीं संभाल सकती, प्लीज टेक केयर ऑफ हिम. 3 बच्चों को उसने माँ ने शी लेफ्ट द किड्स लाइक दैट आफ्टर द इंस्ट्रक्शंस ऑफ द फादर. So 3 kids were raised by the grandmother.
The grandmother.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, the daughter is in the basement.
Daughter is still downstairs, and one of the girl who's a teenager now, she got very, 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 very sick in that because they could not even go up. The back was down. They could not get fresh air. Nothing. So one girl got very, very sick down there, and then she told him. She said she has to go to the hospital. She has to go to the hospital. She has to go. First, he was very reluctant. Then he said, okay. Then he called the ambulance, and when they saw the girl, कपड़े कैसे पहने हैं, how is she, ये तो जमाना ही कुछ different ही लग रहा है. She's from a different world altogether. She doesn't know how to speak. The mother of the girl, I mean his daughter, but the mother of the girl, that she went to the hospital and they questioned her, and then she told them the whole story. This is what happened. So then finally they caught the guy, the father.
Gosh.
She has 7-8 kids, and she was in there for good more than 20
Wow.
25
Horrific.
Yeah. And over here too, in this country, the parents of 9, 10, 11 kids, they put them in, chain them in the house, chain kiya hua tha unko, with the beds and this, and they're not giving them enough food. 11 kids.
Yes, I heard that.
Yes,
one.
I remember that. I remember it was all over the news and everything.
They were not getting enough food when they came.
They were not going to school. Yeah, they were not getting
She had a
food.
They had
phone
no
somehow.
social skills. Like they
She
were.
got a phone somehow. उसको police बनी भागी घर में सुबह, and she went to run to somebody's house, and she told them. Then they took her to the police station. Finally, she got her brothers and sisters released. The parents are under captivity now. They're prison
Unbelievable.
cases going on, but they're having a hard time to adjust. Because so many years socially they were out.
Yeah.
So all these things, and can you imagine anybody making a movie like that? I don't think so.
Veena ji, जो
Sometimes
भी
real life में जो होता है, nobody can even think.
जो
Imagine
भी
कि नहीं कर
चीजें
सकता.
आप ये देख लेना, जो भी चीजें पेट्रियार्कल सोसाइटी को
हाँ.
एक्सपोज करती हैं या पॉलिटिशियंस की रियलिटी को एक्सप्लोर करती है, उन टॉपिक्स पे कोई भी मूवी नहीं बनाना चाहता. अभी रिसेंटली वो कश्मीर फाइल्स बनी, राइट? एंड द रियल कश्मीरीज हु हैव लिव्ड दैट लाइफ एंड विटनेस्ड इट, वो बोलते हैं ये तो तुमने सिर्फ 5% देखा है.
Yeah.
अगर ये 20% भी दिखा देंगे तो पूरे वर्ल्ड में आग लग जाएगी. इतना कुछ है, राइट? So anything that exposes patriarchy, because obviously मर्दों के हिसाब से दुनिया चलती है, and this whole world is patriarchal. So anything that exposes patriarchy, anything that exposes the reality of religious corruption, political जो manipulations है, ये सारी चीजें अगर आप वाकई में इनकी मूवीज बनाने लग जाओ, तो पहली बार तो मूवी खत्म होने से पहले कोई आपको खत्म कर देगा.
I didn't see the Kashmir fights. Everybody was talking about it.
वीना जी, it is so graphic. आप उसको देखने के बाद 2-4 दिन तो सोओगे नहीं. It's very graphic. And I have friends who are Kashmiri. My brother-in-law is Kashmiri.
I know.
They say ये तो सिर्फ 5% है, सिर्फ 5%. हमने तो अपने
My
आप से
sister-in-law is from Kashmir.
A lot of people, they are living there
अब
for
आप
a
ये
long
देखिए
time.
अभी recently Richmond Hill में that Mandeep Kaur who committed suicide
Uh-huh.
from
Yeah,
being
I
abused
heard about that.
8
Yes.
years. उसके ऊपर कोई बनाएगा मूवी? कोई नहीं बनाएगा.
How old was
कोई
she?
भी नहीं बनाएगा.
How old was she? How old was
She
she?
was 30 years.
Why was she? What did she? Why did she do
30
that?
साल की थी
28 or
वो
30 years old.
Yeah, 28,
Why did-
30.
Why did she do that?
Constantly abused by her husband. She's the mother of 2 kids, a 4-year-old and
yes.
a 6-year-old or something, 2-year-old or 4-year-old. छोटे-छोटे बच्चे हैं. And she made this video before committing suicide, and she said that ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮਜਬੂਰ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ. मैं हूं जो करन जा रही हूं, मैं करना नहीं चाहती, मैं अपने बच्चों वास्ते जीना चाहती हूं. पर सो इससे ये पता चलता है कि उसने किसी को तो अप्रोच किया होगा कि भाई मुझे बचाओ या मुझे ये प्रॉब्लम हो रही
But
है.
nobody wants to help. That's another thing.
Nobody.
a lot of times you see things happening. सड़कों के ऊपर कुछ हो रहा है, किसका बैग छीनी जा रहा है या किस बच्चे को मारे, किसको धक्का दे दिया, बट पीपल आर
ये वो इसलिए ना कि कोई भी पराई आग में कूदना नहीं चाहता, कोई नहीं चाहता कि वो पराई आग में कूदे और उसमें अपने आप को इन्वॉल्व करे. You know, I tell you that few years back, this is going back again 28 years or something like that. तो एक इंसिडेंट हुआ था लॉन्ग आइलैंड में. So this young girl was kept in the basement. अपने घर के किडनैप करके उसको रखा था, right? And मिली नहीं. जब काफी देर उसको ढूंढने के बाद I think finally they found her or they did not find her, but it became a nightmare for the kids who had basements in their homes. And they would not go in the basement कि उनको खौफ आता था कि उसमें वहां वो बच्चा ना बैठा हो. So we had just moved to सियासत अपने इधर. तो मैंने गर्मियों का दिन थे तो मैंने एक दिन बच्चों को बोला, and the schools were closed, तो मैंने बच्चों को बोला, मैंने कहा तुम लोग बाहर जाके साइकिल क्यों नहीं चलाते, you know, खेलो थोड़ा बाहर, अच्छा लगेगा, दिन अच्छा है, तो जाके घूम कर आओ, नेबरहुड में तुमको बच्चे मिल जाएंगे स्कूल के. गए, दोनों ने बाइक चलाई, वापस आ गए. कहते हैं आके, it was easy to find the girl kidnapped in the basement than to find kids in Syasat, because nobody is stepping out of their homes
anymore. Oh
nobody God. Not, and people, kids were so afraid to even step out those days.
बस no, पहले यहाँ पे जमाना था अमेरिका में. I used to see any movie, पुरानी movie देखो ना, 50s की 60s की, the kids are in the bicycle, they're playing outside. There's no such thing watching. घर में भी
Right.
ये बात गलत बात है ना, मीडिया का ये iPad and TV में
Video
program,
game.
all these
Yeah.
games were not there. So the
Yeah.
kids only had 1 hour, 2 hours, 1 hour movie TV in a day maybe. That was it. Outside khelo. And school में भी बड़ी activities, and the kids were all very in good shape. I mean, I had to use a word
Yeah.
on weight or whatever the thing is. Maybe they were more active, energetic. You know, they used to go do plays, they used to sing songs, they used to do games. Now that thing is lacking too. And that is the another reason now.
Veena ji, not only that, if you really look at the social skills of our children today, they are very apprehensive about striking a conversation with somebody,
Yeah,
walking into
exactly.
a room where they don't know anybody. They don't have the soft skills, right? Because when you play in teams, when you play together, when you play as a group, you interact with so many different children of so many different backgrounds.
You're right.
You navigate your relationships, you negotiate, you navigate, and you make sure everybody has a good time. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. Those are all character building exercises. When you're playing virtually with somebody, if you don't like it, you turn it off and you leave. You're not really put in a place where you have to make good of whatever is going on, and you have to get the best of it and get out. So that's why so many mental issues right now, because coping mechanisms खत्म हो चुके हैं. जो वो एक आपकी human character building की foundation है, कि जब आपको multiple लोगों के साथ उठना बैठना पड़ता है तो आप मजबूरन ही पर काफी कुछ सीख जाते हैं, राइट? जैसे पहले भाई बहनों की भी लड़ाई होती थी, मॉम डैड एक कमरे में बंद करते थे, कोई बाहर नहीं निकलेगा जब तक तुम्हारी दोस्ती नहीं होती. आपके पास कोई चॉइस नहीं है, आप लड़ नहीं सकते अपने भाई बहनों से, राइट? और अब क्या है, हर बच्चे के पास अपना आईपैड है, हर बच्चे के पास अपना बेडरूम है. आप उनको बोलते हो टाइम आउट के लिए अपने बेडरूम में चले जाओ. हाँ, उनके पास सब कुछ है, तो उनके लिए वो टाइम आउट नहीं है, उनके लिए तो वो मजे का सबब बन जाता है. So they are not really understanding why I've been put in time out. For them, sitting alone is great. उसके बाद लोग कहते हैं कि हमारे बच्चों की शादियां नहीं हो रही, 35 साल के हो गए, 40, क्योंकि उनको किसी के साथ गेट अलोंग करना आया ही नहीं, वो फाउंडेशन बनी ही नहीं. तो वो जिनके साथ शादी करनी, उन्हीं के साथ नहीं रह सकते. फैमिली के साथ रहना तो बहुत दूर की बात है.
टाइम आउट से बात बताऊं मैं आपको. I was visiting my sister-in-law, right? तो उसको all of a sudden she gets a FaceTime, right, from her grandson. And she's talking and she's talking. She says, okay, now can I talk to your mom or dad? He says, no, you cannot talk to them because I am calling you while I'm on timeout. और ये बच्चा 6 साल का है, कहता I'm calling you while I'm on timeout. Mommy doesn't know. So he sneaks up.
नानी दादी इस वक्त सबसे ज्यादा वेली होगी तो मेरा साथ दे देगी.
वो कहते दादी ने तो टाइम आउट नहीं किया ना, ठीक है बैठो
दादी नाल
दादी से
गल करो.
बात, कमरे में बंद और दादी से बात कर रहा है.
सही है, बहुत बढ़िया.
That's the thing. आजकल the technology ये जो है ना, हम तो दे ये फोन वगैरह in a way they're very good to have when you're in an emergency case, you're traveling, you're in the car, you have something to call, or everybody in the whole आजकल सब इंडिया में भी देखो ये सब्जी वाली ये सब सबके पास फोन है. Not from now, काफी देर के जमादारनी everybody has a cell phone. घंटियां बज रही हैं, बातें हो रही हैं.
कुत्ते के गले में भी सेल फोन है वीना जी आजकल.
So ये जो है ना सेल फोन, in a way it's good, in a way it's not good. You are right. Socially तो बिल्कुल कट ऑफ कर दिया लोगों से. Why? अपना फोन से you don't need anybody. You don't need it. Me too. Sometimes I'm just I like to be alone. मैं आराम से मैं इधर देख रही हूँ, कभी ये मूवी का देख रही हूँ, कभी इसका पढ़ रही हूँ, कभी इसका पढ़ रही हूँ. I want to be alone. I like to be alone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm one of those people. I love my own company. I like to go for a walk.
But Veena ji, being alone,
go for a movie by myself
in a contemplative state and being alone with a gadget is two very different things. Like I'm not gonna lie, but सुबह के at least 3-4 घंटे मेरे सिर्फ फोन पे जाते हैं. I'm not doing anything productive. Nothing productive. हालांकि उस फोन पे अगर मैं बैठूं तो I can do all my business postings, I can do all my जो भी मुझे पूरे दिन के Instagram reels या TikToks post करने में कर सकती हूँ. But I don't do that. I'm just playing on the phone, just chilling, not doing anything else.
That's what I'm saying. I do
उस एक घंटे में मैं बाहर की हवा खा सकती हूँ, मैं मेडिटेशन कर सकती हूँ, मैं भगवान का नाम ले सकती हूँ, घर साफ कर सकती हूँ. I don't do anything. I'm just sitting there. I know it's a waste of time.
सुबह 1 घंटा
आजकल सुबह होती है,
to make it easy.
रील्स होती है, रील्स मूवी स्टार की रील्स मैं वो देखती रहती हूँ. आजकल पता नहीं क्या क्या दिखाते हैं, कैसे शो हो रहा है, कैसे कपड़े पहने हैं, कैसे इधर गए हैं. Oh my God.
एक चीज आपने रियलाइज करी वीना जी?
हाँ जी.
नूपुर और वीना जी, मैं आपसे एक बात कहूँ.
हाँ जी.
Lately, have you realized and noticed, not realized, but noticed one thing that ये जो बॉलीवुड का ट्रेंड है, ये काफी अब फेज आउट होता जा रहा है,
बाहर निकल रहा है.
बाहर निकल रहा है, and people have really no interest. At least me particularly, I have no interest in going out and watching a movie जो रिलीज हो जाती है Netflix पे या Amazon पे. I am good with that.
मुझे Netflix देखे हुए भी मुद्दत हो गई है.
And if you ask me, I prefer watching those वो जो serials बना रहे हैं आजकल. Out of that, Ashram is very good. Then आपने जो बताया Fame Game is very good. Arya is very good. You know, इनमें थोड़ा मसाला है.
There is some substance, like you want to sit through it.
Spice है. You can look forward
and
to
not only that, Nandini ji, the level of talent that comes through OTT platforms is very different. These are people who have no godfathers in Bollywood. You know, they're climbing up.
Rather than
their
watching वो जो इनके soap operas हैं, मैं वो तो देखती नहीं हूँ. ये 6-6, 8-8 घंटे के जो इन्होंने episodes बनाए हैं, each episode is about an hour. 8 or 10 episodes, and they're very nice.
You guys remember or not? I remember. I mean, I was I just moved in this area. I was much younger, of course. That time, this soap opera समझो अमेरिकन टीवी में आता है. इंडियन टीवी तो हम देखते नहीं थे, उसका पता नहीं चलता.
Old and the beautiful, young and restless.
नहीं, Dallas. I remember. Anybody remembers Dallas? Anybody remembers Dallas? JR.
Edge of Night. Dallas. Dynasty.
Wait a minute, Nandini. Who shot Dallas? That was a whole 3 months.
Yeah, JR. Who shot JR?
JR. I mean JR. Who shot JR? Okay.
Yeah.
3-4 minute of suspense.
Yeah.
ये शुरू है सब कुछ trend. Okay, when
Dynasty.
Dynasty.
We used to watch Dynasty.
I used to watch all of those. I used to
General
watch
Hospital.
Yeah.
All my children.
I remember I still watch sometimes.
And you remember, like, you would go to the doctor's office in the daytime, like if you had a doctor's appointment or something. All of these shows would be playing up there. The Bold and the Beautiful, All My Children.
Now the new generation don't want to see all that.
They don't want to be.
That was the older generation. They were watching those soap operas for 30-40 years.
30-40 years, yeah.
And the same people were there. They're growing old and bacha shadi hogi. They used to watch the same thing. Now these things are getting all.
And the situation comedies used to be so.
Veena ji, now they did something.
Company.
You remember that show called Full House?
Yeah,
Full House.
Full House.
They did a new version of it, like a 2.0, and it was called, I think, Fuller House or something.
Fuller House.
Yeah,
Yes.
And all of these kids have grown up and they have their own
Yes.
kids. I don't think it hits the way the original hits.
those
Yeah.
girls are not,
Even though
those
there's
twins
an
are not
entire
there.
generation that
No,
identifies with them.
those two girls, twins जो थे वो नहीं आई थी बीच में. They never.
They were not there. Mary
were not
Kate
there.
and Ashley also, they
Yeah.
were not there.
They were not there.
But all the other people were there, and I don't think it had the same impact. Then recently, I think they redid iCarly. I don't know if you had teenagers like 20, 10, like my kids' age, 21 years old. So they grew up watching this show called iCarly, which was a very like teeny bopper kind of a show, and about this
Yeah, I
girl
don't remember that one.
who lives in a loft, and she has an eccentric brother, and then she goes live. उस जमाने में जब वो sidekick वाले फोन नहीं आते थे, उस जमाने का show है. So then she and her friend used to go live, and she has a goofy friend who does silly things. I was watching it the other day. I mean, the girl pretty much looks the same. हालांकि उसको 10-15 साल हो गए हैं. She looks the same. But it's not the same thing. Like, it doesn't pack a punch like that. However, if you watch something like Sesame Street or Barney or Arthur, they have, continued to maintain that flavor. I think animated characters, yeah, cartoon characters mein wo facial changes nahi aate, yeah, whatever it is, but they're still more relatable, right?
I remember my kids used to watch that guy who's in the neighborhood, that guy with the sweater.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
Mr. Rogers, oh my God.
Yeah,
But
Mr. Rogers.
But he's such a classic. You
I used to
can
put
still
that. That's the time they used to watch.
him.
The
Yeah.
kids used to watch Sesame Street. Yeah, Mr. Rogers. Like
Yeah.
Ghana music, they love the music part.
Yeah, my
Now-
daughter too. She grew up on Sesame Street.
They-
Dora
now
the
they are.
Explorer.
Pता कौन कौन से.
She was not a fan of Blue's Clues or Barney, but she used to love Sesame Street.
Yeah, they
That
like
was her-
Sesame
Elmo
Street.
was her
Oh.
favorite thing.
This one is watching. Jackson is watching Coco Melon. Pता नहीं कौन
Coco
है.
Melon, yeah. Oh my God, Coco Melon is the thing right now. The other day we had a family that came to the restaurant, and the kid kept on crying, and I was like, I can give her some coloring pages. उसके डैडी ने पता क्या किया, इसे नहीं कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है, उसने अपने फोन पे सिर्फ कोको मेलन का वो स्टार्टिंग वाला गाना लगाया. वो बच्चा
That's like that. Coco, he likes to draw also. Jackson, very and they're both. The amazing part is not amazing, but coincidentally, both the grandsons, they are both lefties.
Oh, both lefties. Very
Both of them.
interesting.
Because my daughter Sumita is left-handed.
Oh, okay.
Jackson's grandmother is left-handed.
Okay.
So
Very cool.
Ben's family में नहीं है कोई, but Miles is left, and so is Jackson. दोनों left से
One
करते
second, I
हैं.
have someone
leave
at the
them.
door.
Leave it the way they are. Let them, पहले तो इंडिया में they used to do like हाथ से मारते थे उसको बच्चों को भी नहीं right से करो. That affects the mind. Yeah. I mean, Good morning. A lot of welcomes. So many friends are there. I want to welcome all of you. We're going from back and forth from पहले इंडिया से शुरू किया, अब यहाँ अमेरिका में पहुंच गया. But these are the things that we used to really enjoy.
And under this sofa as well, where I'm sitting.
And our kids were my kids were growing up, they used to watch Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers and Bell, something एक और भी था program, something about Bell.
It used to be DuckTales, Dennis the Menace.
Teenagers का Bell का था, Bell something, I don't know, I forgot the name now.
Yeah, Saved by the Bell,
Saved by
Wonder
the Bell.
Years.
Yeah, they used to watch
My
that
favorite
also.
one used to be Wonder Years.
Oh yeah, I used to watch that.
And Full House.
मैं तो देखती थी ये soap
there
opera,
was
Another World.
एक और था,
My favorite was
where
soap
there are
opera.
two fathers and a baby and
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was a movie. I used to watch Another World, and then I used to watch
Taxi. I used to love Taxi.
Days of Our Lives. Two of my favorites.
Days of Our Lives.
अभी भी आता है, but Another World बंद हो गया. Like the close in as the world turns.
Happy Days.
That's
Happy
cool.
Days used to be another one.
Yeah, Happy Days is different. But the soap operas की बात कर रही हूँ. They used to like. I was addicted to these two. But when the kids were small, they used to I tried to put them to sleep ताकि सो जाए, मैं आराम से देखूं. But it didn't work out that way. Did it work out that way?
Good strategy.
And then DVR, कहते हैं उसको DVR that time नहीं वो
Yeah,
नहीं
DVRs, yeah.
we didn't have it that time. Afterwards हुआ ना.
हाँ, बाद में.
There were kids were there, it wasn't there. So you had to watch it exactly at that time. But thank God the technology changed, the things changed. The DVR came in, then I used to program it. I used to watch it in the night.
Right.
Skip all the ads.
Yeah, under the sofa.
So things progress.
Yeah.
I wonder if they still have that General Hospital and All My Children.
Do they
and
still have that? I don't know.
I don't know. I never watched
Yeah,
it.
there's
I
a
don't even
channel.
have,
the
I
days
don't even
when I
have
used to
cable
watch.
or whatever. I have
No, there's a
not.
program called, there's a channel called Peacock or Hulu and all. You must have heard of
What is
that.
it called? Peacock. Oh,
Peacock.
channel? Okay.
No, it's a part of
Okay.
Channel 4.
I
उनका
see.
Channel 4 का है, तो उसमें they are showing all these programs over there now. Not in the regular no, Channel 4.
Not in the
Like
regular TV.
replays.
They're showing
Thank
no
you so much for-
as a, I mean Days of Our Lives has moved to Peacock.
Mhm.
Not in Channel 4 anymore. So Peacock is part of Channel 4, but you have to have a special subscription for that. You can't just watch. Subscribe करना पड़ता है. So all kind of new things are coming up, like all this Hulu and these new things are. I didn't subscribe, but my kids
Also,
are.
attention spans are just so short right now. Like nobody wants to sit through an entire series. You know, I see people watching these like Hulu and Netflix in the car, like they're driving and they're watching Netflix, and I'm
Very
like,
dangerous.
how
Very
the hell are
dangerous.
you doing this?
That's very
You know,
dangerous.
it's so dangerous. But that's
They have
what
I guess they have no time at home or something. You never know.
Or then you're both lumpy drive. I mean, if I have a long drive, I'll either listen to music or listen to a podcast. But
Yeah.
people are watching, Netflix movies, this, that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. lot of kids are left-handed. Kamlesh ji, मेरा nephew भी है. He's also left-handed. Like I said, Jackson's grandmother is. Sumita she's left-handed. My aunt was also. Yeah, a lot of people in the families हो जाता है. A lot of the presidents, they were left-handed too, actually.
Mhm.
You never know, Veena ji, there might be a future president of the US.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you never know.
Barack Obama was
Who knows?
left-handed. Bush was a left-handed. There's a lot of the presidents. So I guess it just happens to be that you're conditioned that way. Can't help it, हो जाता है. But ये program जो है इंडिया में भी देखो पहले दूरदर्शन होता था, right?
Mhm.
They used to show only the documentaries by the government.
Yeah,
They
दूरदर्शन
used to
जब
come
शुरू
for a
होता था
limited
6
number of-
बजे and वो बड़ी अजीब सी ट्यून होती थी उसकी,
I know.
right? And we
And
would know कि अब दूरदर्शन शुरू होने वाला है, right?
every Saturday or Sunday night.
Star,
हाँ,
news.
yes. And Saturday or Sunday night they used to show one movie. और सारी आसपास के हमारे neighborhood के बच्चे सच्चे they used to come to my mom's house. But 20 or 25 people, everybody used to come and watch the movie. I mean, those are days. अब चले गए. Those
Yeah.
days were there too.
Sundays को मूवी दिखाते थे.
Movie ना Sundays को, yeah.
Mhm.
So my mom used
तो
to
हर
tell
कमरे
me.
में टीवी है. पहले तो एक बिल्डिंग में एक टीवी होता था, हर कमरे में टीवी है लोगों.
Now if you watch the India, ये
और
soap
उन दिनों
operas
में तो
देखो.
black and white होता था टीवी.
हाँ. अब ये देखो ना सारे soap operas देखो, dramas. Their living room and kitchens are better than here. When I see the Pakistani shows, उनके bedroom देखो, उनके kitchen देखो, उनकी.
नहीं, लेकिन मीना जी एक बात है, पाकिस्तानी शोज में फिर भी एक्चुअल घरों में शूट किए जाते हैं.
Yeah.
They're not
If you
studios.
really, हाँ,
No,
पाकिस्तानी
they're
For the house.
जो
They show the
shows हैं वो
house.
एक्चुअल घरों में शूट किए जाते हैं. Whereas इंडिया के जो टीवी सीरीज है वो सेट पे शूट किए जाते हैं.
There was a,
तो
they
वो
used to make
सेट
out.
तो इतना ग्रैंड लगता है, आपको लगता है कि इंडिया में तो कोई गरीब है ही नहीं. You know? And then they sleep with all that makeup and all that jewelry. And
Yeah,
they
yeah,
wake
that I
up
don't
with
know.
the
Yeah,
eyelashes and
they
you're
wake
like,
up fresh.
They don't. They put too much makeup on,
Ridiculous.
and
Ridiculous.
that's why I stopped watching them. And then some of them they go on for years and years and years and years. लंबे लंबे बहुत होते हैं, like.
वो आप 5 एपिसोड छोड़ दोगे तभी भी उसके बाद वहीं खड़ी होगी स्टोरी.
हाँ.
I haven't watched a desi serial in almost maybe 20 years, 25.
No,
मुझे पहले भी कभी अच्छे नहीं लगते थे, तो अब तो बिल्कुल नहीं.
the last one I watched was नाम भी नहीं याद आ रहा है. Something about son-in-law. ऐसे करके था. नाम नहीं याद आ रहा. But that dragged on. The story was just kept on dragging, and the girl was
मुझे
very.
जो अच्छा लगा था वो थोड़ा सा that was बड़े अच्छे लगते हैं.
उसमें
And
that
then it
guy
started
went.
dragging a lot.
राम कपूर है ना इसमें.
Ram Kapoor and Sakshi Tanwar.
साक्षी
Yeah,
तन्वर.
that was I watched that one. That was nice. Yeah, that
Kamlesh
was
is
a good
like,
one.
yeah, it's very superficial. They sleep with jewelry on.
Yeah,
Seriously, like who are these people?
that's a
TV
good one.
नहीं
And
होती
then,
jewelry.
and then he was Ram Kapoor was one of the good ones. And he was
Yes.
good. He was a good soap opera. आजकल तो मूवियों में आ रहा है थोड़ा बहुत. He comes in a little bit movies
अभी
and
skinny भी हो गया ना वो.
yeah, he lost a lot of weight. Yeah, he lost a lot of weight, but he looks very
Yeah,
good.
अभी मैंने इसको एक मूवी में देखा है.
मैंने भी recently देखा था, but he looks very.
He is in a movie. Yeah.
I don't remember the name, but देखा था मैंने भी recently. So guys, you're watching us, कमलेश जी, मधु जी, रमा जी, कुछ आपकी इनपुट बताओ कि आप भी देखते हो, क्या करते हो, मूवीज देखते हो, रीरन्स देखते हो, or do you like to watch the
मुझे भी रियल लाइफ मूवी से याद आया, एक ना मूवी बनी थी बॉम्बे के फ्लड्स के टाइम, जो बॉम्बे में एक टोरेंशियल फ्लड्स नहीं आए थे इन द 80s और 90s, ऐसे कुछ था. दैट मूवी वाज कॉल्ड तुम मिले.
तो मिले.
तुम मिले. And then how like there's a couple that has broken up already, but then they reconnect through the tragedy of the floods and how they lose their friends and whatnot. मुझे ऐसा लगता है आगे चल के कहीं ऐसा ना हो कि कोविड पर भी कोई मूवी बने.
बनेगी, क्यों नहीं बनेगी?
नहीं, अच्छा, यू विल बी सरप्राइज्ड कि कोविड की मिलती जुलती सिचुएशन की एक हॉलीवुड मूवी बन चुकी है बिफोर कोविड हैपेंड. बिफोर
Yeah, they were showing it.
Yes, I heard, I saw that.
That's possible.
That was before the COVID. They
Right?
showed something. Yes.
Somebody knew about this? Like, that's crazy.
But now they're saying there's some other virus coming out from China, right?
Veena ji, हर रोज ही कोई ना
क्यों
कोई.
नहीं जी, क्यों नहीं? Everything is made in China, even the virus.
No,
Half the
they're
things
having a
we
lockdown.
are made in China. तो virus की क्या बात है?
They're having a lockdown. I heard they're having a lockdown for 20 years. I don't know. I heard this from somebody.
You know,
28
we got a family that visited from the Philippines the other day. They came to the restaurant and they've just moved to New York City. And they were saying that in the Philippines, they cannot leave their house unless they sign. And the only time they can leave their house if they need medical supplies or food. Abhi bhi. So Asian countries are taking it very seriously. But I feel like
Yeah,
if
but
they don't ban the
monkeypox,
travel,
मैंने किसको कहा था? I told my boss at work, I said monkeypox, don't have to worry about that. I said, what do you mean? He said, it's for the gay community? That's what he said. I don't know. So I said, really?
I don't think a virus will discriminate based on your sexual
monkeypox.
preferences.
नहीं monkeypox का मैंने ये सुना है कि monkey का भी कुछ
नाम तो मैंने भी सुना है, but I don't have any other information about it. Like, who does it affect? Who does it not affect?
Yeah. So I said, listen, I heard about that one. He said, yeah, it's mostly for the, the community that kind. I said, really? I didn't know. I mean, there's another one that, I mean, there's so many, there are going to be new variations. कुछ ना कुछ चलता ही रहेगा, पता नहीं, we have to be very careful. And if the new vaccine...
See, if it's a man-made virus, it's going to keep mutating in very different and unpredictable ways.
I think it's through the animals जो कुछ consume, it came, ये जो COVID-19, it came through some kind of an animal.
Bats.
Yeah. Bat. So अभी भी कुछ है, yeah. So we have to, I just feel that we have to keep up with our vaccinations. If the new one comes up, let's say they were saying something in a few months or something.
Sorry. कहते सितंबर अक्टूबर में जो आ रहा है वो वैक्सीन लगवाना बहुत जरूरी है.
नहीं, मैं लगवा रही हूँ. Because I'll be the first one to go in the line because I already took the 4 तो मैंने ले ली है.
No, I only took one booster.
You only took one?
Hmm?
I took all of them when they came. I'm up to.
I only took one booster that came out last year. We took it in the month of November. उसके बाद फिर एक और आया, एक और. I didn't take all those boosters. आगे कम दवाइयां जा रही हैं बदन के अंदर.
You'll be surprised that इस वक्त कोविड हो रहा है और काफी लोगों को हो रहा है. I know at least 1, 2, 3, 4 people who had COVID.
Okay, you are right. At the same time,
not as
mostly
intense.
people who are getting it are the ones who have been traveling. If they have traveled, even in a domestic flight or international flight, they are getting it, or they are getting severe, or they are getting COVID-like symptoms, right?
Yeah.
And it's severe cough and nasal congestion, whatever,
Fatigue.
body aches and all.
Yeah.
But when they go for test, it's all the COVID symptoms. When they go for the rapid test, nothing comes out.
Well, also, if you're doing the test and you see a faint line, that means you have it.
I came back.
That's what they're complaining.
Both my husband and myself, and even Priya has it, but Priya already had the COVID. We had a little dry cough. Over there, udhar hi shuru ho gayi thi because of my problem is I don't take ice at all. I don't drink ice. और वहाँ जाके मैंने लापरवाही कर ली. मैंने जो pool के सामने जाके like crushed ice, and I was taking all those drinks every day. Not 1, 2, 3 in a day. That kind of started bothering my neck or my throat. I mean, and that time you don't pay the price. When you come back, then you pay the
Yeah.
price. So that's my problem. Not so. I checked my COVID. हमने दोनों ने check किया, बेटी ने भी check किया. Everything is fine. There's nothing in it. But he's feeling very tight because
Traveling is not the same that it
not
used
the
to be
same.
anymore.
No.
Not because of anything else. What happened was that we while going he had a problem. There was some problem. While coming back again, we were delayed at the airport for 6 hours. So sitting there on those chairs is very uncomfortable.
Very
Bad, okay. And then again the flight. So it became like 12,
exhausting, too exhausting.
15, 16 hours of waiting
Yeah.
there at the airport.
No, it's people coming by. Somebody I know who came from India. They landed here and they got sick, both husband wife, and
Tiring,
I
Vinny,
don't know
it's tiring.
what happened. Even the family they were staying with, they got sick, so it was being passed on. And what can you do? So
Yeah.
it's all your immunity system, how
So what
it
we
affects.
still say is that everybody thinks that it's not that we have to just take it easy, nothing is going to happen. This thing is going to
नहीं,
continue.
अब कुछ लोग हैं उनको इतनी
Um,
severe cough and severe congestion हो रहा है that every time it happens, they go for the PCR. They said you have nothing, and how many times can you take antibiotics? Your body gets
You have to let it body take over. and-
असर भी नहीं करती वो दवाई after some time. अगर कोई 6 महीने में 4 बार antibiotics खा ले, that's a lot of antibiotics going into your body. Or that 5-day course, that Z-Pack, whatever they give. So somebody has to take 4 or 5 times a
So,
year. That's a
no,
lot.
I personally think let the body do its job. Take care of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to let it go. Don't have to take too much. Drink a lot of water, like natural things. Karo, pani piyo, ye karo. Take honey. Take a little bit of lemon in it. I do that. Lemon and honey. With a warm-
Malathi. Licorice is good.
Yeah, I have that too. वो भी
Licorice is very good.
Licorice is good. Yeah, I have that too.
हाँ,
मैं
उसको-
सारा वो कर रही हूँ.
Boil कर लो पानी में.
हाँ, उसमें मैं डालती हूँ. So I really have that problem with my throat is because of that, but it's taking a little time to go away. So anyway, हमारा time भी हो रहा है. I just want to tell everybody that still be aware of these things, that they are still going to be coming and going, and we won't know what's coming next. So we just have to be very careful and be aware of everything.
Mhm.
So I the monkeypox, Kamlesh ji likh rahe hain. I know, I heard that's what I'm saying. I told my boss about it, and he was saying it's in the city. It's people are having it there.
Monkeypox also.
वीना जी, जो होना है वो होना है. पहले हम कोविड के लिए बोलते थे अरे कुछ नहीं, क्या है कोरोना कुछ नहीं है. उसके बाद जब हुआ तो हुआ ही, और पूरी दुनिया है उसके नीचे आ गई. अब जब ये भी होगा तो हम देखेंगे, हम झेलेंगे. जो होगा हम यही है. यहाँ से कोई जिंदा बच के तो गया नहीं.
I still thank you so much, Kamlesh ji. Thank you. I still feel that with the ये जो booster लगाए हैं, there's some protection with that.
हाँ, अब उतना intense नहीं हो रहा, even though it's the same virus, the intensity of it and the way it's attacking your body is not that intense.
विनय जी, आपको याद है जब हम
I
लोग
actually know someone who is unvaxxed and she had COVID now. She didn't have it when the first wave hit, but she had COVID now, and even her symptoms are nowhere close to what the first time around was.
Yeah.
So thankfully something is, obviously the human body is a very miraculous thing, and it has capabilities of protecting itself. और बाकी तो हमारे पास herd immunity तो है, because majority of the population is now vaccinated. So
Anyway, thanks so much.
जब पहली बार कोरोना आया था तो आपने दिल दिया करना शुरू किया था. अगर दूसरी बार मंकी पॉक्स आएगा तो आप कुछ और शुरू कर लेना.
Another program?
फिर हम उसका नाम रखेंगे मन की बातचीत.
वो भी हम करेंगे.
नहीं, ऐसा कोई प्रोग्राम तो ऑलरेडी हो रहा है, किसी ने किया
हो रहा है?
यस.
फिर देखेंगे मन से तन तक.
हमारे बहुत जान पहचान के बहुत अजीज कोई हैं जिन्होंने ये शुरू
नहीं, फिर हम उसका नाम रखेंगे मन से तन तक, या तन से मन तक.
तन को तो किसी को नहीं छूना.
क्यों नहीं? कोविड होएगा तो सारा मंकी पॉक्स. टेल यू अ फनी इंसिडेंट. डू यू रिमेम्बर जब हम इंडिया में वो लगवाते थे, inoculation करते थे smallpox का, and they would put 2 marks over here and they would swell up. So I was in my backyard the other day and I got bit by mosquitoes, right? And they're on my right arm, right here. So yesterday I was sitting in the sun for a little bit and they all swelled up, like, you know,
Yes.
अच्छा वो मच्छर काटा तो वो वहां स्वेलिंग हो गई। तो मैंने कहा ये अच्छे भले मेरी बाजू पे ये इंजेक्शन कहाँ से लग गए, and they are in the same spot. One,
When that happens, you take a banana, take the inside of the banana skin
Yeah.
and rub it on your skin. It's
So,
going to.
folks, we gotta say goodbye at this time.
Yes,
okay.
I have
And
to
I
go.
want to thank everyone for joining. All our friends who've joined us, please do join again. I mean, in a couple of days, we're going to have a very nice program with the Shali ji and a guest, Subhash ji, coming from Chicago.
Wow.
He's going to come for the first time. So he's going to be singing in the. This is going to be a Wednesday program, and this Friday, due to some personal obligation, we have to skip the Shukrana, but I will talk to you about that. And the next Monday we're gonna have morning we're having a doctor coming in. Then in the night we're having a karaoke, DGG karaoke. So I'm just giving you an idea of what's happening coming up in the next couple of days or week or so. So please be aware of that and do join us on Wednesday. And thank you so much for joining.
Thank
Nupur
you, Veena
and
ji.
Nandini.
Thank you, Nandini ji.
Thank
It
you,
was
Ji.
nice
Thank
seeing
you. Thank you.
And as always,
Bye.
pass on the information about this DDG and the program, and tell your friends to join. And thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful Monday, all of you. Thanks a
Have
lot.
a
Everybody
lovely
have
day,
a great
everybody. Thank you
weekend.
so much for joining us.
The
Take
week
good
has
care.
just started, but the weekend is around the corner,
I know. So programs go
right?
Yes.
So everybody
That's
stay
good
well, stay
motivation.
safe.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. 1 minute. 1 second. Oh, she's gone.
She's